here's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna teach you how to make a Sriracha Michelada. Now say that a couple times really fast. Sriracha Michelada. So the difference is between the salt rim, we're using a Sriracha salt. Now I have a store-bought Sriracha salt that I got as a gift by a company called Bitterman. But of course, I realize that a lot of you may not be able to get some of that right now, but I do know how to make it. So I'm gonna teach you how to make Sriracha salt, which probably would work with any hot sauce. And it's super simple. And then you will have the ability to make your own Sriracha Michelada. I'm not using Mexican beer because it's not a Mexican drink anymore. And I figured I might as well use a beer that I like rather than a beer that, you know, may just be okay. So let's talk about making Sriracha salt or any other hot sauce salt. So basically you're gonna use a half a cup of kosher salt and 5 teaspoons of hot sauce. I will post this later so you know how to make it. Hey Max, what's up guys? How's everybody doing out there? I know I jumped right into it without saying hello to everybody. Let's see who else is here. We got quite a few people jumping in. How is everybody doing? I know I'm scrolling. We got some regulars. We got my daughters here. Hi, Julia. We have a whole bunch of cool people hanging out. Thanks so much. Hey, Joe. So here's how to make your own Sriracha salt so that you have a Sriracha rim on your Sriracha Michelada. I would want $1 for every time I say Sriracha today. So you basically heat up your oven to 350. You take a sheet pan, put a half a cup of salt in a bowl, and put 5 teaspoons of Sriracha sauce. Mix it all together. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna turn red. Then you're gonna spread it out on that sheet pan that you put a piece of parchment on, and you're gonna stick it in that 350-degree oven. And then you're gonna turn the oven off. So the residual heat in the oven, now you're not gonna open that oven for 3 hours. So basically what you did is you created a dehydrator. And this is a really cool way to do stuff. So you basically now have a hot oven that's turned off. It's gonna gradually lose heat and it's gonna dehydrate whatever's in there. So then you're gonna end up after 3 hours with some Sriracha salt. Now you can do that with Tabasco, you can do that with Frank's Red Hot, whatever. You guys gotta let me know if the music is too loud so we can modulate. I'm still working on getting a lav mic so that I can get some better audio. Casey and I are working on it. We'll get it to you. Okay, so let's jump right in. Unless anybody has questions, I'm gonna jump right in and make my first Sriracha Michelada, okay? So I'll give you a second. Any questions out there? And of course, as always, if you have any questions about what we did on Work From Home Cafe this week, what I'm doing photography-wise, if you have any questions about photography, obviously, I'm here for you. If you need anything and you want to talk about food or photography, I'm your guy. So, and apparently yesterday on the live feed with Chef John, everybody wanted to talk about our facial hair and our grooming habits. So clearly, if that's an issue and people want to discuss my grooming habits, I'm happy to share my gray beard tricks with you. So, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I made some lime juice and I got to strain it so I don't have any pulp. Now, if you like pulp, go for it. No big deal. But I got, you know, it doesn't take a lot of lime juice, but I got enough here to make a few of it, so we're good. We'll go back to that if we have to. Then I got my glass. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lime and I'm going to make a nice wet rim. Right? Then I'm going to take my Sriracha salt and I'm going to make a really nice salty rim on my Michelada glass. Check it out. We love that, right? Okay. Now we go about mixing our drink. We're gonna go with 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. I bought the Wegmans brand, I guess. I didn't buy Liam Perrins. 2 dashes. 1, 2. Same thing with this Sriracha sauce. 2 dashes. 1, 2. Depending on how hot you like it. You can make it really spicy if you like it. That's cool. Then a half a teaspoon of lime juice. Now, this is the jigger I have. It's 1 teaspoon jigger, so I'm going to use just about half of that. Throw that in there. Then I'm going to do a pinch of salt. A pinch of pepper, maybe a little more than a pinch, and a pinch of celery salt, or garlic salt, or some other kind of salt, or just regular salt, whatever you got. I'm sure it's going to work. It's such a little amount that it's not going to make that big of a difference, but it's all good. Okay, so we got all that cool stuff in there. I'm going to just mix it up a little bit. It doesn't say to do that in any recipe that I looked up, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think a good mix definitely helps whatever we're doing. And I'm using my favorite beer. You saw me drink this before. I love a Narragansett. It's cold, it's ready, and I'm going to try to give it a good pour here without disturbing my my salt rim. It's going to get a little bit of a head on it. That's okay. I don't want to tilt the glass too much. I guess I could a little bit. It's not terrible. Who cares if it's got a little head on it? That's pretty cool looking. It's getting there. So, it's Friday. I got a giant head on this. I know some of you are very disappointed in this, but I'll wait for it to come down a little bit. I could always do this. Pour a little more beer in there. But you can see all that spice floating to the top. It's really nice. Just a little more. Get it up to the top. There I go. We're better now. And a tiny little bit of a head. And there it is. A Sriracha Michelada. Now I'm going to taste that. See how that goes? That's exactly like you would expect it to taste. And that aftertaste, that little bit of heat that comes afterwards makes you want to drink some more. So if you're into a Michelada, try a Sriracha Michelada. If you are not into this, give it a try anyway. So don't be nasty, Joe. That's really good. I could make that even spicier. I wouldn't mind. Put a little bit more spice in there, a little bit extra salt, a little bit extra pepper, maybe another little squirt. Give it a gentle stir. And I forgot the most important part, the visual part. Sorry, I forgot about the garnish. That won't happen again, people, I promise you. So, I am not gluten-free. I just don't eat wheat, particularly anything processed. So I eat gluten-free because it agrees more with my stomach. But it does. Beer does not bother my stomach. The one saving grace of my stomach problem. So. Yes, Julia, this will definitely help you write your final papers because you'll get a good night's sleep and then you can wake up the next morning and do your papers. So, yeah. It's really nice with the salt kicker. It's really, really nice. Oh, did you hear that? That's spice talking. Woo! You guys digging the music? Can you hear it okay? How's that sounding out there? Somebody give me a hand. Let me know. So, Nico, you want a Sriracha Michelada? I'm gonna make one for Nico. So we're gonna make another one. You ready? Okay. I'm gonna reuse my lime and I'm gonna make a nice juicy rim. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna make a nice salt rim on there. Try to put a little more on there. Nice salt rim. Did I get 2 dashes of Worcestershire, 1, 2, 2 dashes of Sriracha, 1, 2, a little more. Half a teaspoon of lime juice, pinch of pepper, pinch of salt, garlic salt, celery salt, regular salt, whatever you like. The more seasoning, the better as far as I'm concerned. Then we pour our beer. Remember, I mixed it a little bit. Get that Sriracha in there. Very nice. All right, gonna make a better pour this time, I promise. You know, it was Cinco de Mayo this week, so a lot of people were talking about Mexican beer, and maybe this drink is a bit thematic, but you know. Now, you see how I cut these? I got that tip from a food stylist. They call this the sun-kissed cut, and it's the prettiest cut for a lemon or a lime wedge. All right, here you go, Nico.
Cheers. Thank you.
And now we're all having a drink together. I'm gonna top off my beer. I'm gonna squeeze my lime in my drink. Oh, I knocked over the salt. Don't worry, we got more. Now I'm gonna drop mine right in there. And we're here together on Friday. We checked off another box. We're through another week. So hopefully some of you have been checking in on my live feeds that I do for Creative Live, and the one I did with Chef John this week. We did some really fun stuff. We made some really great food, and getting some more recipes up on that YouTube page, so you can always go back and check it out. We're going to be doing next week. Hey John Cornicello is here. Dinner, pizza. We're making pizza tonight, and I'm making some bread. So, the live feed from Creative Live. So we're going to be live on creativelive.com as usual for CLTV, but they're going to also be broadcasting it out to their YouTube page, and they're going to broadcast it to my YouTube page. So anywhere you want to find the Work From Home Cafe live feed on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific, you will be able to find it. So Nico's music is on SoundCloud. His name is Nicolo, like Machiavelli.
Exactly.
Right, Ninolo Bernardi. So you go and find him on SoundCloud. You'll find his music. So you're ordering pizza. All right, Joe. That's cool. All right. Talk about the iPhone 4 demos. How you wear the... Oh, right. Okay, I get it. So what I've been doing with the live feeds is I've been wearing a chest mount that is usually designed for a GoPro, but I found an attachment that I can hook up to both this little tripod, which is holding the camera right now as we speak, and I take it off the tripod and I hook it up to the chest mount. So I can actually wear the camera and you could see my hands doing the cooking when I'm doing it. So I actually can go from talking to the camera to putting the camera on my chest and wearing the camera so you can see it. And then I also have this little tripod that lets me drop it down for the overhead shot so you can see my hands working when I'm cooking. And then as soon as I'm done cooking, we drag it over to the dining room table and I get to take a couple of shots there. So I'm gonna spell Nico's last name. It's Bernardi. Bernardi. Ninolo Bernardi. So, I switch back and forth basically because Creative Live has a control booth like a television studio. And they just jump back and forth between my two cameras because I'm going off my laptop and the camera on my chest from two different Skype accounts. And then they also have the host who is broadcasting from her home, and all three feeds are going into the control booth in Seattle, and then they're able to toggle between the three cameras, so it's really professional looking for iPhone, a computer, and and a second iPhone. We're putting on a show, so it's been a lot of fun. Turn the music down a little bit, Nico. Just a little bit. The camera's a little closer to the speaker this week, so. Bernardi, there it is. Yep, SoundCloud. Is anybody else making a Michelada or a Sriracha Michelada today? Ninolo Bernardi, there it is. Yeah, follow him on SoundCloud. Check out his music. He's doing some cool stuff. And I have him here, captive. So we took last week off. if some of you were watching the Creative Live, you know that I ended up with a bad case of poison ivy. And it wasn't pretty, and it was very uncomfortable, and I was on a whole bunch of medication. So last week I couldn't drink, so this wouldn't have been much fun. And I was in kind of a foul mood, so that wouldn't have been much fun. So I figured we'll take the week off, we'll get everybody back this week, and we'll check off 2 boxes. We checked off two boxes, 2 weeks of quarantine. I know some places are starting to reopen a little bit, and I understand that is absolutely a necessity, but I will implore you, please be careful. Continue to be careful and do all the things that you're doing when you go to the grocery store. Just do it all the time. And hopefully we get through this and we get back to something of normal pretty soon. But I'm still here. And as long as we're able to do this and you guys want to be here, come on by every Friday. That's good. That's a good drink. It's a nice spicy drink. So I made those chicken wings yesterday with Chef John. I got a whole bunch of them in the fridge, so they're gonna be great left over. Sorry, Joe, I know you are craving them. But yeah, quarantine, cough, cough. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Anyway, so we're here. We're having a drink. What is everybody else drinking? Where are you calling in from? Where are you? What are you doing there right now? Is anybody back to work? What do you know? We got any first responders here? We got any nurses or doctors? I am making pizza tonight. I've been attempting to recreate the Prince Street pizza. There's a recipe online that sort of gets close, and I just got some really good flour for it. I got the right cheese this time. I made it last time. I posted a picture of it, but it wasn't quite ready. So I think this time it's going to be better. So right now I'm proofing the dough in the oven. When you put in your when you use your oven as a proofing drawer, you basically just put it in there when the oven is off, and it stays at around 70 to 75 degrees, and it's a perfect proofing drawer. So that's really good. Hey, Spain, cool. Calling them for Northern Cali, setting up a tent in my backyard to camp with my son. That sounds awesome. I love that. We've done that. That was fun. When my daughter was little, we used to do some camping in the yard. That was fun. Watching in the UK, in bed. Okay, well, it's late, I know. My cousin lives in London. What's the right flour? A hard bread flour, or there's something I think called the 510 flour that they make in Italy. It's also a really good flour for pizza. So I'm using a hard bread flour. That's what I'm gonna work with today. So I'm also making a loaf of sourdough. I've been working on a starter like everybody else, and I'm making my first sourdough bread. I'm gonna do a no-knead first, a really easy sourdough, and then I'll get into more complicated sourdough. Jupiter, Florida. I lived in West Palm Beach for about a year, a long time ago, and I dated a girl from Jupiter, Florida. We're from Jupiter. My cousin lives near there too. So, Bulgaria with a glass of wine. Okay, cool. Panama, excellent. Single malt scotch, and it doesn't matter where I am. Very good, Freddie, very good. What is your favorite brand of tomato paste? I don't know that I have a favorite brand. What I like is the one that comes in the tube, because I don't waste it. You know, sometimes when you buy it in the can, you can go to waste and you got to try to put it in a little container. But I tend to like it when it's in the tube. So any of the ones that from Italy that come in a tube, that's my go-to for tomato paste. So hopefully that's a acceptable answer. All right, well, are we photographers out here, or are we just people? What are we doing? How many photographers? I know a few of you are photographers because I recognize your names. I'm in that weird spot between, does it work with my glasses or what am I drinking? I've made a Sriracha Michelada, which I will clearly make another one as soon as I'm done drinking this one. Usually I get through at least 2, if not 3. A good website to get ingredients from Italy. Believe it or not, Italy imports a lot of great stuff. So I would try that. Buon Italia in in the Chelsea market. I think they have a website. I think they have a lot of good stuff too. Photographers, hey, photographers. Karen. Environmental cleanup for oil fields, not as fun. Yeah, but that's good work, man. Thank you. That is hard work. Portugal, hey man. I can't tell if you're a man or a woman because I'm so far away from the screen that I can't tell about your icon. But hello. Italy, yeah, Italy. Italy sells a lot of stuff that comes from Italy. It's expensive, but it's a lot. Hello from Paris. I love Paris. Hopefully you guys are doing better. Writer and food photographer. Hey, another food photographer. Or a photographer. You didn't self-identify as a food photographer, which is okay. We still love you. That Sriracha salt is definitely heating me up. I'm definitely gonna try to make my own once this runs out. So, Village, New York. Nice. Cool. Excellent. Thanks for being here. All of you, thanks for being here. So, it's been a long week. I know the news isn't always great, but at least we get to spend some time doing this. It's something I look forward to every week. Be able to make us a drink, close out the week, and say hello to people. The live feeds have been fun. I know I haven't been posting as many recipe stories, but I'm enjoying doing the live feeds more. I like the interaction. I like having people be able to ask questions and do something live. And the live cooking, now that we've worked it out, is pretty cool. So it's great. You have an Italian grocery here called Bosa that has a lot of Italian groceries. That's cool. Where are you? Tell me where you are. Where's Bosa? What city? You're a hypnotherapist. Don't make me say things I don't want to say. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Everyone out here that's hanging out, thanks for coming. Thanks for enjoying it. Thanks for interacting. It makes it much better. It'd be weird for me to just stand here and talk to myself. So chefshop.com for ingredients. Good stuff. Okay. Thanks, Kim. That's great. That's a good one. You know, in New York, they're doing a really cool thing. So, Nico, take that down a little. So in New York, they're doing a cool thing. My friend Sarah, who's here or was here, told me about it. It's called Farm to People. So basically, all the farms that were providing farm-to-table restaurants with their ingredients, obviously they can't do that right now. So they've set up a structure within New York. I think it's in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. That they will send you the ingredients that you like. So it's like farm-raised meats, vegetables, eggs, all that really good stuff. Some bread. So if you want to check that out and you live in New York, Farm to People is something that I think is helping those farmers get that food out, and also helping people that are having a hard time getting to the grocery store. So if you're in New York, check that out. So big cheers. Crystal in the nude. All right, I'm down with that. It's all natural. Cool. What are you drinking with the pizza? Well, I have some really nice bourbon that a company called Rabbit Hole sent me. I don't know if you saw my post, but I did a post about an initiative that they're doing is to help raise money for restaurant workers and service workers that they donated $50,000 plus they sent bottles of their bourbon to people like me who have somewhat of an audience to share, and then everybody who posts a picture of their drink with the hashtag, I'll go back and post it again later. I don't have it on the top of my head. There's a hashtag. They'll donate another $2. So if we can get this thing to go viral, we can raise a lot of money for people who are struggling, who are working in the service industries, who don't have a job right now. So check that out. We're going to be doing that over the weekend. I'm going to post another one. And hopefully if you're a photographer, take a picture of your drink or whatever, put the hashtag in there, and let's make some money for people. So I'm going to drink some bourbon later, Joe. I know that was the question. I also still have some beer. We have some wine, whatever you like. I mean, we may do all of that, all of the above. My family is from Sicily, most of them. I do have a grandfather who's from northern Italy, but most of my family comes from Sicily. So I've been there. It's beautiful. I've been all around. I've been to Florence. I've been all around Italy. I love it, and can't wait to go back. Can't wait to see it again. So one down. All right, I'll make another one. Everybody ready for another one? So, all right, we'll do it again. I'm gonna use the same glass. I'm not worried about cross-contamination, but I'm gonna try to make a little bit, just kind of cover the parts of this glass that don't have the salt on it and get a little bit more. So I got at the rim. The Sriracha salt rim. Whoa, heavy. That's a heavy one. Okay. So here we go, one more time. 2 dashes, 1, 2 of Worcestershire sauce. Sriracha sauce, 1, 2. Celery salt, garlic salt, regular salt, whatever salt you like. A little pinch of that. A little pinch of black pepper. Probably a heavier pinch than maybe some of you like, but that's kind of what I like. And I'm gonna stir those things together with a half a teaspoon of lime juice. A little more lime juice is always good for me. I love lime. So these 2 beers are empty. That one's full. I had them on ice over there, so they're not just sitting on the counter, just so you know. All right, I'm gonna try to do a nice careful pour. Remember now, 2 dashes of Worcestershire, 2 dashes of hot sauce, a pinch of salt. Seasoned salt is nice. A pinch of pepper. Your beer with your Sriracha salt rim, and a lime for your garnish. And you got yourself a Sriracha Michelada. Bartenders, don't judge me on the pour. Sorry. Here you go. Hey, what's up? Orlando food photographer. You're a little late. You're half an hour late. What's going on with you? You're usually in here early. Gotta get to the bar early. Otherwise it gets really crowded. Here we go. Finish that off. All that lovely stuff on the top. All that pepper and salt and lime and Hey Jason, what's up, man? That's great. I'm loving that. It's the perfect drink this week. So I'm gonna squeeze my lime into my drink because I love citrus with beer, always. I have super sticky hands right now, so I'm gonna rinse them. And here we go. We've had a nice audience tonight. I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying being here. We still got some time, so if you're interested in asking me any questions, anything that we've been doing lately on Work From Home Cafe, I know that's becoming a thing. Thanks, Jason. We're going good. The Work From Home Cafe has become a thing now on Creative Live Television, which has been great. I know all of you were watching it here. We've been getting all of our guests to come in. We're gonna have another guest next week. I'll announce that on Monday. We'll do it probably Wednesday or Thursday again this week. I will be on Monday on Creative Live. Wednesday or Thursday, I will do a live feed with a guest. And Friday, I'll be here doing this. So my Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine is gonna continue. I am managing to work during the lockdown because I am fairly self-sufficient. I have my own studio, I have my own props. My family that works with me are all very competent in the kitchen. So I do have a lot of people that can help me. I gotta scroll back because you guys came in with a lot of questions all at once. Cool, glad you're coming. Thanks for being here. What is your favorite thing to cook? I need to know because we're getting you and Chef John to cater our wedding. Oh, right, you were here yesterday, cool. I love Italian food. My wife is Korean, so we eat a lot of Korean food. So we do a lot of fusion food too. Like, because both Italian and Korean cuisine can be spicy if you want it to be, and share a lot of ingredients. We do a lot of crossover food as well. But primarily my go-to is Italian food. I love Italian food, and I also love Thai food. So that's one of my things. So we've been making curries at home recently. We like big pot dishes because we got 4 people here, and everybody like kind of takes a break in the middle of the day to eat. So we make a big curry, stick it in the fridge, and then be able to break it out at any point. That's always fun. So hopefully that answered your question. What has been your go-to meal during the entire COVID-19? It's been interesting because I'm doing all this online, I'm making a lot of different food. So it's not as easy to say one thing that I've made, but I say if I make, Nico made this delicious branzino last night that he got from a Bon App recipe, which was terrific, which was one of my favorite things I've eaten so far. Can fusion food still be traditional? I don't adhere to any of this genuine, authentic, traditional, no matter where you go in the world. Every region, every town, every city, everywhere has their own regional cuisine. So there's no such thing as authentic. Authentic is a really kind of almost a made-up word when it comes to food. I know from Italian food, I'm sharing a space with Nico, and Nico is Northern Italian, and my family's from Sicily. Our experiences with food, even though we're both from Italian heritage, very, very different. So fusion is, if it's a fusion of my family, my Korean Italian family, then it's authentic to my family or traditional to my family. But look, there's clearly tradition and everyone has their own. And I think that whatever you remember growing up eating is special to you. I know what I grew up eating is special to me. I mean, if you read anything I wrote in my book about my great grandmother and the things I learned from her, and when I was a kid, it's really important. Oh, Cinque Terre, you got some very, very good wine in your neck of the woods. The things that I remember my grandmother making, my great-grandmother making, have stuck with me, and it's influenced my cooking for the rest of my life. And I don't know that that's like anybody else's grandma. And I know it's like my grandma, so I make that food. So for me, that's very traditional. So that was a very long answer to a question, but it was a really good seed. You seeded a good question, so you're a good interviewer. We're listening to, I don't know, this is not my brand of... Techno, okay. It's not usually my brand of music, but Nico is really good at it, and he actually makes me enjoy it, so I listen.
Do they like it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess people are liking it.
They're asking.
You can buy my book if you're interested. It's called That Photo Makes Me Hungry, anywhere books are sold. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Barnes & Noble, any of those websites. So if you're interested in my book, which is instructional as far as being a food photographer, but also a little bit of a memoir and a little bit of a self-help book. So check it out if you dig it. Tell me about it. Love it. Tell me, whoop, I lost one. Please tell me who is your favorite photographer? It's interesting. Do you mean food photographer? Do you mean any genre? Like all time, living or dead? I mean, it's a really hard question. I like a lot of photographers. I like a lot of the photographers I know. My best friend is one of my favorite photographers. I love his work. He was here hanging out earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but his name is Joe Fornabayo. He's a tremendous photographer. He's taught me a lot about photography. So it's interesting that it's a hard question to ask. So I don't know that I have a great answer for it. In the genre, maybe I could probably help, but we'll see. Some of you have read my book and taken my classes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I take none of it for granted. I'm here because I know that there's an audience there that has read my book, has come to my classes, has watched me on Instagram. So I read the New York Times and seen my work for many, many years. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here, and it's a lot of fun to see you here. So I'm drinking a Sriracha Michelada. This is the drink of the day. It's been really nice to imbibe The Sriracha salt. I'll talk to you about that one more time before we leave today. If you're interested in the Sriracha salt, I think my book is on. Audible? No, I don't think so because they never asked me to read for it, so I don't think it's an audio book. It might be a good thing I should talk to my publisher about. My favorite food photographer when I was first starting was a guy named Quentin Bacon, and I felt that Quentin was starting to turn the corner from that still life photography, food photography into like full blown, really beautiful food photography. And I really liked his work. I met him once, or I talked to him. I forget. I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. If I actually physically met him, or I met him online, or whatever. We definitely had an interaction. But Quentin, I loved his work. I modeled my work after his work. I know he's still around somewhere. But man, was he really a good photographer. I really liked his work. So I hope that answered your question. What was your favorite food photography shot in your career? Oh my God. Have you seen my archive? I have thousands of images. The one I think that has resonated the most with people, if that's a good gauge, is the lemon bar shot that I've taken. It was I think a Melissa Clark recipe for the New York Times. It was really emblematic of the style that I had sort of put out there for a good while. And I think that picture sort of has become sort of a calling card for me. So I think that picture definitely got the most attention for sure. Oh, excuse me, I have beer burps. Hey, live beer burps. Wonderful, wonderful. So that's cool. I appreciate that. So let me see if I missed any questions. I'm gonna scroll back, and I think I've been keeping up. Oh, Moscow. All right, cool. Please. That was the favorite photographer question. Cool, excellent. So I made this Sriracha Michelada. So I'm gonna tell you again how to make the Sriracha salt that I'm using for the rim. Now I bought this. Well, I actually was given this. It's Bitterman Sriracha salt. They make a bunch of cool, like, specialty salts. So, but if you want to make it yourself, it's really easy. Half a cup of kosher salt, 5 teaspoons of Sriracha sauce or other hot sauce. Mix it all together. Turn your oven to 350, and then put it on a sheet pan with parchment and stick it in the oven and turn the oven off. So that residual heat for 3 hours will dry out that salt and create this sort of beautiful seasoned salt. So check that out, it's really cool. Okay, got some questions here. Would you change your genre of photography to make a living, or move location, or stay in your preferred genre of photography? I'd go where the work is, man. I mean, I've had that question before, and I give the answer, I go where the work is. I love where I live, but if somebody was looking to pay me to do my work somewhere else and I couldn't make a living where I was, I'd go to make the money. I'd go live and be comfortable wherever I could be. That's what I would do. Yes, I am directing films. I'm not directing films yet. I'm producing films, and I am directing commercials. So I direct television commercials, and I also produce films, Hollywood films. So I have a film right now that is out in festivals and has won many awards, called Team Marco. That should be coming to you in a streaming service, hopefully in the fall. We're working on that right now. It's a great movie. It's a family movie, and it's a really, really sweet story. We have 3 other scripts that we are going to turn into movies as soon as we can get back to filming. And as a producer, that's really a lot of fun, and I've been doing that. And then I also work on the advertising side as a director. So I direct television commercials. You've probably seen a few of them that I've done. And that's a tough business, but it's fun, and it's something I like doing. So it's photography is the passion, but the rest of these jobs that have kind of happened because of photography have been pretty interesting. You know, I've had many career changes. And as some of you might know, I started off life as a teacher in my professional life many years ago. And I worked as a teacher and a sports coach. And sports are a big part of my life still. I am a competitive Olympic weightlifter. That doesn't mean I'm going to the Olympics. Olympic weightlifting is the style of weightlifting that we compete in. I am a master's, which basically says you're old. I compete in that, and that's a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a while because I fought through some injuries and I obviously can't train now, but I just recently got my barbell and I put it in my basement and I've been lifting again. So that's been great. I also do surfing. So those are my two sports now, but I was a college baseball player. I played a very high level. I played Division I college baseball. And I played other sports in high school. So sports has always been a big part of my life, and it keeps me from, hey, Creative Live is here. We've been doing nothing but talking about Creative Live. Sports is the thing that keeps me like fit now that I have all this food at my disposal all the time. So here's to sports. Hey, Creative Live being here is cool. Thanks, Creative Live. John Cornicello is saying, don't forget that I model too. I do not model. I model for John Cornicello. He's my only photographer that I model for. He takes my profile pictures whenever I'm in Seattle. He attached a link there to probably a picture of me with some kind of funky egg chair. But John is a great photographer, and he takes all of my portraits and most of my photos that you see on my profiles are from John, or my book photo was from John. So John is my trusted personal portrait photographer. Yeah, so excellent. That's cool. Which would be your favorite lens? That would be a 50 millimeter macro lens. That's pretty well known. I talk about that pretty often. I love it. I shoot that all the time. I am an early riser. I wake up pretty early every day, somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30. I don't really sleep much later than that. So I'm an early riser and I go to bed late. I'm not much of a sleeper. So that's kind of I don't know, maybe that's a creative thing. I don't get it. That was my introduction to you, Creative Live. Cool, Haram, thank you. I love it. These hidden talents need to be put to work. What hidden talents? I don't understand. I'm out there. People, this is what I do. So tell me, Creative Live, tell me, who is behind that Creative Live Instagram feed? Are you someone I know? I have a feeling it might be. Cool, John. Anytime. Love it. Hey, Joel, what's up? Looking forward to those macaroons. Oh, modeling. No. No, it's only for John. I'm the Cornicello. I wouldn't say I'm his muse because there are some pretty people that he photographs. So I'm just lucky enough to get in front of his lens once in a while. So they want to see you photograph while surfing. I wear a cold water wetsuit, but I'm looking forward to when the weather changes. So far, they haven't told us we can't surf, so hopefully we'll see. Oh, cool, Joel, thank you. Those are great. I'm looking forward to them. You finished my book. Thank you. Appreciate that. My book was fun to write. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, Jason Manchester, he's a podcaster and a photographer himself, and he's interviewed me before, and I'm going to interview with him again, except this time we're not going to talk about photography, we're going to talk about fitness. So if you're interested in Jason, his podcast, Jason, put your podcast link up here so that people could see it in case they want to go. So I first learned about you from Craftsy. You know, I did Craftsy once. I know Craftsy has changed hands a few times. I think it's owned by Microsoft now, or something, NBC Universal. I don't know. I get a check from them once in a while. But yeah, I did the Craftsy class. It's still out there somewhere. It wasn't my favorite experience, but it was good. It's a good class. It's very comprehensive. But Creative Live is my first love. They know that. Sriracha Michelada. Don't forget it. What do I like to shoot most? I like to shoot dessert because people love dessert and it's fun and easy to shoot sometimes. Not always, but definitely easier than salad. And you don't make friends with salad. For you Simpsons fans out there, cheers. I feel like I need a drink listening to these tunes. That's right, you're at the club. This is Club Work From Home Cafe. So, you know, this is how it is. Excellent, that's a good drink. So, what would you say is the hardest type of food ingredient to shoot? I've covered this quite a few times. Dark foods. Chocolate's really hard. That's why it's on the cover of my book. You know, if you're gonna present yourself as an expert in anything, you gotta show them that you can do the hard stuff. And shooting chocolate's really hard. And as much as you wanna shoot it because it's cool and it's beautiful and it's delicious, it's a hard thing to do. So chocolate's really hard. Things like broccoli and kale and anything dark green is really hard. Those things are really tough. So, you know what, Haram? If somebody asked me to teach a masterclass, clearly I would. I don't know that I'm that kind of celebrity. So you gotta be, I think you gotta be Scorsese or Yo-Yo Ma to teach that class. So we'll see. Any tips for a chef looking to make the switch into food photography? You know, take classes online. I obviously right now is really the only thing you can do. Don't worry about your gear. I try to encourage people not to worry about their gear too much. But definitely learn online. There are good books out there, and I'm not just saying that because I wrote one of them. There are other good books out there. And understand food. Get in the kitchen and cook. Plate food. Get intimate with your subject matter. So if you understand, and if you're a chef, you already know that. But also understand, as a chef, you're gonna prepare food for the plate different than you would for a diner. And I talk about that a little bit in my book too. So that would be my advice. So hold on. Okay, I got you. Ice cream for me, and I wait for that drip to come. It's great. But it's really, really hard, especially on a commercial shoot. And you realize how much ice cream they waste. It's terrible. You're in Ireland, so it's past 5 p.m. here. Yes, absolutely, have a drink. It's a lot later than 5 p.m. in Ireland. And I heard the pubs are still closed in Ireland. So we're drinking beer today. We're doing a Sriracha Michelada, so cheers to Ireland. Jason has posted his link to his podcast, which I've been a guest on, and I will be a guest again rather soon. So check out, if you're looking in the comments, check out that link and go check out Jason's podcast. You can check out the one that I've been on and some of the others. And we've talked about food photography, and the next time we're going to talk about fitness. So come and check that one out. It's very cool. Wow, we are about 12 minutes left. We are just, pubs closed until August. That's how you know the country of Ireland is taking this seriously. That they closed the pubs until August, through the whole summer. Oh, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do. So we come to the virtual pub. That's what we got here. I should get a tap. We can pull some Guinness. A good friend of mine, a photographer named Andrew Hetherington, is from Dublin, and he lives in Atlanta now. But he's, he's still pretty connected back home, and I'm sure he's his family and the people he's connected to back home are feeling it too. So it's rough. Hi, Joanna. How are you? Joanna Kinval is a graphic artist. She draws and makes beautiful pictures of food. I mean, among other things. But she does these beautiful graphic representations of food. If you check her out, Joanna, put your website up or direct them to your Instagram or go check it out. She's very special. She's got some cool stuff. So many cool people here today. So many. So happy that you're here. Makes my week. You know, we're getting through it. We're here together. We're hanging out, drinking beers. We're squeezing limes. We're making lemonade out of lemons. We're doing the best we can. So, thank you so much. Anyway, we are, of course, Joanna, absolutely. So, We're here listening to our tunes. Ninolo Bernardi is our DJ. Check him out. Here he is. You can find Nico on SoundCloud if you're interested in his music. It's very cool. Hey, Lebanon. How's it going? Oh, wow. A long one. I got to read this. You say keep your vegetables fresh. You mean soak them in cold water before shooting, even if they are fresh? Or do you mean vegetables that you have stored for days? Any vegetables. Whether they just came from the market or they came out of your refrigerator, soak them in ice water before you put them in front of a camera. Because rehydrating your greens is going to make them vibrant and fresh and crisp, and they're going to look so much better. So it doesn't matter if they just came from the market or they've been in your fridge. Rehydrate your greens in ice water. This is a public service announcement. So, yes, actual DJ. Yes, we have an actual DJ. Yes, I am sheltering with an actual DJ. Actually, two of them. A couple. My niece and her boyfriend. Both DJs. Some people have it worse. Most people have it worse than having a DJ. So, but this is why we're doing this, right? Is that we have an opportunity to kind of share our creative vision. He's got his music, I do this, we put it together, drinks and DJs on Friday night, every week. This is our 5th one out of 6 weeks. We took last week off. But, you know, we've been having a good time. I love his music. He's got deliveries coming and all kinds of weird gadgets and gear and he can only hear me when he takes his headphones off. So he knows when I'm talking about him. So
are you talking shit about me?
No, I'm saying I'm not talking shit. No, not at all.
No, I'm kidding.
He cooks too. So, like I said, he made this delicious branzino recipe last night. It was a Bon App recipe. It was delicious. Really, really good. So, I've been sharing some of his recipes. His tiramisu recipe is on my YouTube page for the Work From Home Cafe. A couple other things that he's made, so Nico can cook too. So he makes music and he cooks. So
hey, I'm Italian.
Hey, Danny Kang is here, my nephew. What's up, Danny? How's it going? Danny's a foodie. He loves it. We had one of the last great meals I had was with Danny in San Francisco, and it's an amazing sushi restaurant. Jumped in late. What are you drinking? Okay, we're drinking a Sriracha Michelada. I'm not going to make another one because unless Nico wants to. Nico hasn't finished his yet, but I'll tell you how to make it one more time. We take a lime and we wet the edge of the glass. We put it in Sriracha salt. I'm going to tell you one more time how to make Sriracha salt. But we do this, we put the Sriracha salt. 2 dashes of Worcestershire, 2 dashes of Sriracha, a half a teaspoon of lime juice, pinch of pepper, pinch of garlic salt, beer. Put a lime on it, and you're done. It's a great drink, and this is what it is. Get a little lick of that hot sauce, salt, a little drink of beer, with all that seasoning in it. It's fantastic. So, yeah, we should be at the beach. Well, I mean, you know, it'd be nice if we could all be at the beach. So, it'd be great. I'm off to grab my happy hour supplies. See you later. Take it easy, Orlando. Thanks for coming. You're here every week. So, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Angel do 29. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but hello. How are you? Cool. So we got 5 more minutes. Let me tell you one more time. I got the recipe here. How to make the Sriracha salt. Because if that's the key to this whole thing is the Sriracha salt. Let's try not to knock things over. Take a half a cup of kosher salt, 5 teaspoons of Sriracha. Mix it together. So it's nice and red. Take your oven up to 350. Put your sriracha salt on a sheet pan with a silpat or some parchment and spread it out nice and even. Then stick it in the oven at 350 and turn the oven off. So it's not baking it, it's dehydrating it. And then your sriracha will dehydrate and bake into the salt. And in 3 hours, if you don't open the door, you will have sriracha salt. And a half a cup of sriracha salt will last you a really long time. And it's really delicious. So I got it. I actually got it as a gift. But I researched how to make my own. And that's what I'm sharing with you. Because I realized that you may not be able to get this one. Because I have no idea where that came from. Somebody brought it as a gift. I have another one that's salami flavored. I mean, it's got to be amazing, right? It has to be. Anything salami flavored. So, any more questions? We have 5 minutes left. And then Instagram kicks us off. Any more questions? Food, photography, facial hair, anything. DJs, music, acid hip hop, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
This is trance.
Trance, okay.
This song.
This song is trance. Okay, it's trance.
Old school trance.
Old school trance. Anyway, that's what it is. So we're wrapping it up. Did I miss the Food Wishes thing you were gonna do? I did do the thing with Food Wishes Chef John yesterday, but it is available on my YouTube page. So go there and check it out. You'll be able to see the whole thing. So it was up on my story. I think it probably just came down about an hour or two ago. So it's good. Somebody said they need the playlist, Nico. Somebody wants your playlist from this.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool. All right. So again, we made the Sriracha Michelada, and I taught you how to make Sriracha salt tonight. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Chef John is the best. He's a great friend, but he's also a great entertainer. So check it out. So we got 2 minutes left. They're gonna kick me off here. So thank you for the lovely distraction, and must remember to come here again next Friday. You will remember if you're following my Instagram, because I shamelessly promote this every week. You have to come back. So you come back and we will do this again next week. I will make a different drink each week. Something cool. I usually take a variation on a theme. So like I made a cool drink that was like Gold Rush, and I made a cool drink that was a like a mashup between a Manhattan and an old fashioned. Called that one an Old New York. That was fun. And today we made a Sriracha Michelada. So like we're gonna take whatever we can and like kind of twist it and figure it out. So I got a minute left, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much, all over the world. You're a great audience. You come back, you enjoy the music. Nico is providing the music. We make a new drink every week. I will post a picture, or not a picture, but I'll post a picture, but I'll post a recipe for sure if you need it. Hi, Mom. Mom's checking in at the very end. You came at the very end, Mom, unless you've been here just lurking. But either way, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Thanks, everyone. You guys have been a great audience this week. You had so many great questions, and we had a lot of fun.